What's up, guys? It's Tuesday. It's chest day, the best day of the week. It's like 4 in the morning right now. I normally go to work out early on Tuesdays, but today I feel like going even earlier so I can have time to come back, sleep, and eat in between the gym and class. 10 weeks out, feeling great. Gonna have a great workout today. I'll see you out there. But yeah, we going for it. These are our spot of the day. And our spotter is also the fact that if we don't get it, we really can't do nothing about it. And that hasn't served me wrong in my 5 years of being in the gym. It's like adrenaline. Watch this. Not a fan of that shit. It's okay though. Being a kid in like Lifetime Fitness, my dad would take me there sometimes to basically come watch him work out and play basketball. He was repping 405. Like, he was warming up with 315. So I think that slowly made me have that like drive for the gym I have now. Like, I can look back on it, he had like Jay Cutler magazines. He had that like muscle anatomy books laying around. And he had like his own little gym space in the house. I remember one time, I was probably like 9 or 10. I went in there and got on a bench press. And it was like 135 on a bar. And at 9 years old, I was able to like unrack it on my own. And one time I unracked it and it fell directly on my ribs. So I think that's the only time I've straight up failed a bench. Like dropping it wise. I've had to get people to help me get it up, but I think that scarred me almost. So that's why I know how far to push it almost. I die by the fact that I think dips are the best exercise to grow your chest, or top 3. But I also understand that what works for me might not work for you. And I think that's what a lot of influencers get wrong. It's like they categorize all these lists as S tier and all that. But I feel like everything works different for everybody. I'm starting to really prefer these standing lateral raises over dumbbells, because it's like on this, there's tension on your delts the entire time. Using the dumbbells, they kind of go out at the bottom. Now, don't get me wrong, I still use dumbbells, especially on a more shoulder-focused day, but since today is a more chest-focused day, and this is like the only shoulder movement I have, I'll stick with something like this. Just hits it harder instead of burning them out. I'm really starting to notice my pumps are so weird now. Like, I still have real good pumps, but they don't always last long. Like I used to like have pumps and be blown up the entire workout, but now it's like they're not inconsistent, but they're in and out. It's like a 5-minute window I have almost. This surprisingly has been one of my most productive workouts in a minute, despite me having a camera in here. I think it's because I haven't been on my phone at all. So maybe working out in the morning is better because there's nothing to catch up on your phone. Everybody's asleep. All I'm saying is news about Iran. I'm not mad at this point. You really can't be mad at it. I'm not satisfied though. I'll probably be happy with my physique when it's like, that guy has to be on steroids. I've been getting steroid accusations since I was 17. But some people believe me when I say I'm natty, because it's true. I don't think I give off like super, oh yeah, he's on gear. But I've been getting the allegations since I was 17, which is weird. But I'll be satisfied with my physique when I end up on one of those natty or not videos. But the funny thing about getting those steroid accusations when I was 17 is the fact I've never even taken creatine. Now, of course, you got like the creatine that's in your pre-workout, but I've never just taken creatine straight up. I'm scared. It's completely un-gym related, but what are our thoughts on men getting double piercings? Because I've had my ears pierced since like I was a sophomore in high school, but I've been thinking about getting another one done, like my second hole, and I've had mixed thoughts on it. One thing I would never do is get my nose pierced, but I don't think a double piercing would be too bad. I'll do a little a hoop and then a small stud. I told myself if I achieve something on social media, I can't say what that is, but if I do it, then I'm getting my double piercing this weekend. You gotta set goals before you reward yourself and achieve those goals. Like if I win the overall at a show this summer, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Maybe buy a gaming PC. But yeah, 10 weeks out, I feel great. Before I went into prep, I thought it was gonna be I was kind of scared when I got into prep. Cause you scroll on TikTok and Instagram and you look up bodybuilding prep and all this, it's like they're telling war stories. Oh my gosh, you feel terrible all the time. No, I just think a lot of people aren't mentally in the right place before they go into their first prep. But I think the thing that has made this prep so smooth for me, it's my first prep, but I'm 10 weeks out, so I haven't gotten to the gritty part. But I'm just taking it week by week. At first I was looking at it like, golly, I'm 16 weeks out. Googling, how long does 16 weeks take to go by? But now I'm just taking it week by week and it's getting easier and easier. Like right now it's easier than it was at 16 weeks out. Cause I know the carbs are gonna drop. I know cardio is gonna go up, but you just adjust every week. Adapt every week. I'm also reading a book, or I'm about to finish a book on emotional intelligence. And I think that has really helped me kind of with cognitive reframing and how I view the prep. All right, now we got it, I think. I don't know. It's gonna take some figuring out to do. But I just want to go home and take a shower. But yeah, it was a really good workout today. 10 weeks out from the show, and I feel great right now. A lot of people like describe prep as just like terrible process, and I know it's gonna get harder, but I'm in such a good spot mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally. Like I feel like this is the best time possible for me to be on prep. Even though I am doing it while in college, and this semester has been the most like cluttered semester of my college career, I feel perfectly fine. I'm managing everything. And we had a snowstorm that put us out of school for 2 weeks. That actually helped me because it cut back on the time we had to be in school. Those 2 weeks I had at home, yes, I still like had to deal with the effects of snow back in Memphis, but it took 2 weeks off of school. That's great. So I had midterms this week, and I only had to study like 4 weeks worth of material. And now I kind of see how those classes are going to do their midterms, so I can use that to study leading up to my next, like my final exams, because the way I looked at my schedule, my finals are in the same week that's going to be my peak week for my first show. So that's going to be a very interesting time. And so like that week, my show is May 9th, I think. My show is May 9th. I got an exam that Friday at 8 a.m., I'm pretty sure. And then I will have to drive back to Memphis that same day and weigh in or whatever. I don't know what's first, weigh-ins or tans. But Memphis is an hour and a half away, so it's not no bad, like a bad drive. But I'll have to do that the day before that, or maybe 2 days before that. My sister is graduating from grad school here, so I gotta go to that. Then Saturday morning, the day of the show, I gotta, of course, do the things that I think they said like tans I think it's tans are at 6 a.m. So it's gonna be a very eventful week, and I'm excited. And it's 10 weeks away, and it seems like a long time, but it's just like I was just at 18 weeks out looking up how to make time go by faster. Like, it's flying by. And I'm sure it'll get to points where it slows down, where things don't get as easy, but you know, I feel very mentally strong. Each week is more, for me, about adapting and just getting past that day. And then you get past a week. It's just, how can I make it through today? That's how I've been getting through prep so far, because at 6 weeks ago, say, prep was way harder for me than it is today. But that was also when I had not had a refeed. I thought I was going to have to go all that time without eating any type of meal off plan. And now that I've had 2 refeeds, I'm starting to realize like every refeed made me enjoy my plan even more. I don't know what it is, but like now I'm looking forward to my meals. At 16 weeks out, I was almost like, I almost hated the food I was eating. I don't know what switched. I think it was the fact that I was obsessing over like just the food I would eat before I was on prep, or like, it's not like I was eating it all the time, but you know, you had your occasional meal out with your family and stuff. I was like obsessing over the thought of when I could have that again. Then for my refeed, I got a cheat meal, which is Five Guys. And I was like, man, did I really miss this stuff? And of course I enjoy eating the food, but it made me kind of put a little bit more, it made me appreciate whole foods more. Definitely made me appreciate whole foods more. And now I'm like excited to eat my meals. It's now 6:52. I've had my pre-workout meal. Man, that's one of my favorite meals of the day, taste-wise. But I still got my breakfast. Still got a couple meals, actually. Well, I still got like a full day of meals, but it's a bit of time in between. But I'm probably going to take a shower and take a nap. I don't have class until 1. No, I don't have class until 2:30, actually. I gotta leave the house by 1:45 though, so I'll have my first meal around 12 something. Sounds about right. I'm gonna turn around because this yap session is not over. Even though I just got home, I'm not done yapping. That's one thing about posting on social media. It's like, to me, it was hard at first because I felt like I was having to force myself to say things that, like, just like I was trying to force it almost. But then I realized, man, you talk to yourself the majority of the day. Like, had this camera not been here, I would still be having this same exact conversation with myself. So I was like, why not press record? You have this couple $1,000 camera, why not put it to good use? There we go. My camera had a little moment of overheating. I have a fan for it, but I keep forgetting to bring it. It's crazy that this camera is that expensive and still has overheating issues. But it's Arnold week. I'm excited to watch the Arnold. I've actually got into bodybuilding, like being a fan of it, knowing who bodybuilders are. I think it's a really dope sport. I think it's very underappreciated. I got a chance to meet Emmanuel Hunter, who's actually competing at the Arnold. He gave me some great tips, and I've applied those tips. Some great advice for prep as a whole, and like almost a reframed way of thinking about prep and how you approach it. Knowing that it's like, he put it in a way that's like, it's 4th and 1 every day of prep. And it's your job to call the right play. And if you don't call the right play, you get a chance the next day to call the right play. The more right plays you call, the better off you'll be. It's also about like stacking days on each other. Cause you got a bunch of checks, you got a checklist every day. You got to get your sleep, your diet, your macros, every gram, your training, your reps. And your job every day is to check those boxes. And every time you don't check one of those boxes, you're basically saying to your competition, you don't want it bad enough. And it's different with him or with the pros because they know who they're going against every week or every time they compete. But for me, I don't know who's going to show up to my shows. So it's like it's a battle against myself. And one thing that I see about on prep talk, whatever you want to call it, is they're like, oh, going into your first show, you only need to be worried about yourself and you don't need to be worried about winning or where you place. Man, please. I spent too much money so far and have more money to spend. If you think that I'm not going in there to win, you are crazy. Now, I'm realistic. I know that I'm doing 2 NPC shows. I'm going against people that are way older than me, have way more experience than me. One of the shows, I'm going to be going against people who may be enhanced. So, yeah, I'm realistic. I don't expect to, I'm going to win the overall at every single show and I'm going to be at nationals in a year. No. But, man, I'm going to win. Like, I want to win. So, like, I get tired of people, when you go into your first show, you're not trying to win. You shouldn't be trying to win, or you shouldn't be worried about where you place. Yes. If I go up there and I don't bring my best package or don't do something right or my posing isn't on point, that's on me. And I place lower because of that, then yes, I have every right to feel a certain type of way about that. Now, I'm going to control what I can control, but within reason, yes, I do very much care how I place in these shows. But yeah, that's enough yapping for today. My camera has gone down significantly in battery. But I mean, this was a fun video. This was more fun than my last video. The last one was just kind of like, I was still getting comfortable with it. But this one, you know, it's a little bit more comfortable. It's fun. It's fun to do the long form content because the short form is like, sometimes I gotta think hard about the short form stuff. And I'm trying to get away from that, and because I'm super hard on myself when it comes to it sometimes. But, you know, I'm gonna shut up now.